Good evening, everyone. Are we ready? May I start? Okay. Perfect. Okay, we can begin with head coach Roberto Mancini. Let's start with the questions. Donatella, you have the floor. Roberto, did you expect such a great performance in the opening match? And we also saw the applause of the president. How proud of you are you of that? We're delighted to have put a smile on the face of all the Italians that watched the games, all of the Italians that were at the stadium. It was a wonderful night. I expected it to be a great occasion, but we also knew that it wouldn't necessarily be easy, because Turkey are a very good team with lots of talented players. We produced a very good performance, and we really didn't afford them many opportunities at all. No, there was nothing that really amazed me or surprised me. As I said, I hoped to produce a good performance. It wasn't easy because it was the opening match at the Olimpico with the fans behind us, so we knew that there was a bit more pressure than there usually is. So I'm delighted with the performance.
Yeah, were you expecting this to be such an easy start for you? And we just saw that Italy has won the game by just pressing really well on over Turkey. So were you expecting such an easy game?
I think we produced an excellent performance. We didn't allow Turkey to play. They're not a weak side. They're a team full of great players. I think we deserve great credit for stopping them from playing and continuing pressing them, despite the fact that in the first 45 minutes they were all behind the ball, so it was difficult to break through, but I think we deserve credit for how we played. He's already talking, but we can't hear him. We've got no sound, Francesco. Okay, we'll come back later. No, we've only got 6 games to go, so I think there's still a long way to go, and I think there are a number of good teams in this European Championships, so it's important to get off to a good start. We produced an excellent performance against a team that wasn't as weak as they seemed. Good evening, Roberto. Despite the comments you've made over the last few months, and despite the fact that Italy went on a good unbeaten run in a number of fixtures which weren't necessarily very difficult games, but you were able to qualify for the European Championships and then start your World Cup qualifying campaign. Did you really believe that your team would respond like this in terms of character and in terms of how cool-minded they were? Because based on the first 45 minutes, it can become slightly anxious in the sense that you're not really breaking through, and yet the players stayed calm. Did you expect them to be so cool-headed, or did you have some doubts over that? No, I've got no doubts whatsoever. I know that we're a team that play good football, and we've improved a great deal over the last few years. You don't win matches by chance, even the slightly easier matches or games that seem a bit easier. Otherwise, every single team would win so many matches, but that's not the case. You have to approach them in the right way with professionalism. I really believe that I have a team that plays good football, and I think we can still improve significantly because we're a group of young players. I would have liked an evening like this one. It was a wonderful evening in terms of the opening match at the Olimpico, and we were trying to entertain the fans that were here in the stadium and those watching at home. What I was really impressed by was the maturity of the team. Just what a mature performance it was. Turkey parked the bus in the box in the opening 45 minutes, and a number of teams would have been discouraged, but it seemed like Italy said to themselves, sooner or later we'll break through. Do you think this self-belief has been your greatest success as Italy head coach? No, I think the players deserve a great deal of credit because we have played a number of matches and we have come up against a number of opposition sides that did what Turkey did this evening. So they just sit deep, close down the space, and it becomes very difficult to score goals. But we had a lot of patience, even when matches seem easy after the fact. But we waited, we were patient, we tried to play our football, and we ultimately broke through and scored the goal. So the players did brilliantly because the first half wasn't easy. And in a match like this, if you don't necessarily score, then they can obviously break and score on the counter, and that changes the dynamic of the game. So I think the defence was excellent on that score. No, Francesco, I'm sorry, we've got Spinazzola here. We've got to move on. I apologise. What do you think about the penalty that wasn't given for that handball from the cross against Spinazzola? I haven't seen the footage back, so I wouldn't be able to answer that question. But we didn't see anything from the dugout, and I haven't had the chance to watch the footage back, so I can't really comment on that, I'm afraid. I apologise because we've got the Turkey head coach waiting, so we have to finish up with Leonardo Spinazzola, player of the match, so we'll sub him in.